Hey, so you think you're 10?
Yeah. I think I'm gorgeous. I think I'm perfect.
Listen, don't take this the wrong way. You're not
Please,
a 10.
lay it on me.
You're not a 10.
Okay. That's just your opinion.
All right. First of all, every time I feel like we stamp out a roach, aka a white man with a podcast like this,
Pause
and
it.
he contributes literally nothing.
So we're going to continue watching the rest of it, but it's kind of interesting that if you listen to what she said, stamp out another cockroach, aka a white man with a podcast. If you were to replace white man with any other group, so stamp out a cockroach, aka I'll let your imagination do the work, but if you were to insert another group into there, whether it's a sex or ethnic group or whatever it may be, you would be canceled. You would be canceled. So my kind of reaction to that is hatred, misandry towards, hatred of, hatred of men, hatred of white people is just mainstream tolerated in society. So your reaction to that first segment of it.
Yeah, I mean, it's so funny because as a society, we talk about how much we hate racism, but it's actually extremely socially acceptable so long as it's directed towards white people and specifically white males. And we're in this new era in the modern age where it's super trendy and fun to say that, but it's not cool. And Drew's real famous for that.
I mean... Okay. I mean, shut up, Brian. Damn. Anyways, I mean, I understand. I know that there's a lot of controversy between that, how people can make a lot of racist comments towards like white people. But if she were to say that, if you were African American or you were Mexican or something, then people would be like, they would have way more hatred towards it than just you being white. And even then, you weren't even the only one to say anything. Not everyone on that panel that night was white, so she was just attacking you. So it's very controversial, and I think it should be brought to people's attention that white people are definitely put out there when it comes to us being racist towards them.
Anybody else have a reaction?
I do agree that it's not really fair, and also I don't know too much about critical race theory, but what I've heard is that like basically if you are born white, you are automatically racist, and so that's the projection. So I feel like that's why it's been socially acceptable for not everyone, for people to take jabs at white people, white men. I don't think any of it's acceptable. Like people were just people. I don't know.
Yeah, I agree with what everybody else said. I don't really have a comment on this.
I think she was responding with hatred to your hatred. So
It wasn't.
It had nothing to do with his race.
But
it had nothing.
No, it has nothing to do with his race.
No, obviously she's upset. She's free to feel upset about what I said, and I don't have an issue with that. Obviously, I'm being blunt with the girl. Mm-hmm. I'm basically she's saying she thinks she's a 10. In other words, putting herself. She thinks of herself as on par with the most beautiful women in the world. That's delusional. However, I would have no issue with her like roast. And she actually, we don't need to play the rest of it. She basically just like, oh, this guy looks like he sells Bibles, and like she's like this guy looks like a dork. Like, but I don't make the claim that I think I'm a 10. I think I'm like a 6. But she could have attacked. Oh, like this guy's a dickhead, blah blah blah. Fine, ad hominem, whatever. But it's interesting to me that in response to that segment from our dating podcast, she mentions she has to bring in race to it. It's just like
to attract the more audience, because imagine how many people were like, oh yes, that's what happened. Like
What-
it's a way to appear to bigger audience.
Her audience is mostly women.
Yeah, but like black women who probably think the same
you're
way.
about to say some. Whoa, you're about to say some crazy shit. What?
What do you mean?
Oh God, Victoria, bro.
What?
All right, finish your sentence.
No, I was saying that it's a way. I don't think it's a correct way to say.